Hey, it's Michael Saul, also known as Tiny, and this is the market video for the week of March 23rd, 2015. I'm chuckling because this is now the third time I'm recording this. The first two times I forgot to record the audio. Not bad. All right, so we're going to start off with this Anacor Pharmaceuticals, which I talked about a few weeks ago in this very video when it was set up here. The reason that I'm bringing it up now is Paul Schatz and I are going to be doing a special class. Paul is going to be talking about how to spot a bear market before it happens, and I am going to talk about how to find stocks that are ready to make big moves such as this. Okay, you can go back, you can look at the YouTube video channel, and you could see when that video was uploaded. So I'm not doing it after the fact. Okay, picked it out right here, and you could see this is a very nice move from there. So if you are interested in finding out more information about that class, all you have to do is just join the list at paulandsaul.com. Okay, just sign up. Now, let's take a look at the market. Last week, we had the Fed, and that was on Wednesday, and Yellen said some stuff that was perceived as dovish, that was perceived as good for the market and bad for the dollar, and good for the euro and good for gold, and we got rallies in that, but the real nice one in the market. And you could see here that Thursday and Friday we just consolidated for the rest of the week. So I am looking for us to move higher out of here. Got to wait for confirmation. Got to wait for this to get taken out to the upside. The highs on the year, or the official all-time highs, would be the first target. But I think 212.98 up here. 212.97, I apologize, is the ultimate target of this push. Now, does that mean we're going to pull back right when we get there? Absolutely not. The trend is still to the upside. But I do believe that that could be short-term work done, and maybe we could get a bigger pullback than what we've seen up to now. I'm not saying I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I think that until we see that 212.97, I do not believe we are going to get a decent, real nice, hefty pullback. We could still get pullbacks like this, and they just lead to buying opportunities. Now, again, wait for confirmation, wait for this high to get taken out. The Dow looks the same as the S&P. Looks like it's going to go higher. Mid caps look nice. They're at all-time highs. The Nasdaq just shy of 15-year, whatever it is, highs. And I still believe the Nasdaq is going to new all-time highs this year. But the Russell is the real reason why I remain very bullish, because the Russell is now leading to the upside. It is overbought. Yes, it can stand a pullback or stand a pause. Absolutely. Okay? And if it does, then perhaps the S&P will ease a little bit. But I still think the S&P is going higher. I still think the Russell and the Nasdaq and the Dow and the mid caps are going higher. Whether it comes before or after a pause, right? Whether it becomes, whether we go higher and then pause, or whether we pause first and then go, remains to be seen. But I do believe we are moving higher. Semiconductors headed to their highs. They're looking great. Tanker got to get over the 50-day moving average. Then the next target would be up here at 65.70s. ADI acting really nice. Again, short-term overbought, but looks good. So pause or pullback. Maxim, this is the strongest type of trend. Okay, we're moving higher in a grinding fashion. A lot of people misunderstand this and think that big volatile moves are the strongest types of moves. They're not. Grinding moves like this, they're the strong moves. Intel acting like absolute crap here, below the moving averages. And I tell you, I really thought that Intel looked great up here. And if you watch my videos, you hear me say it. And instead, boom, went to the downside. That's why you wait for the pattern to confirm. Okay, you don't just say, oh, Intel looks great, let's buy some. No, you wait for confirmation. Banks, not looking great, but also, not looking bad at all, but not looking great, but they're really not doing anything wrong. Bank of America, don't look so great, but Citigroup looks better. Okay, it's above the longer-term 200-day and 50-day moving averages. Looks okay. JP Morgan, coiled. Want to wait for a breakout there. How about a Zion? Okay, got to get through the 200-day moving average. Northern Trust, not looking bad at all. Broker-dealer, okay, going higher. Looks good. Goldman, Okay, lagging a little bit to the parent index, but looks like it wants to test the highs. Morgan, I think, is a value play here. It's in a nice little coil here. If the broker-dealers continue higher, if Goldman continues higher, then Morgan, could see some nice upside here as a laggard. So watch it. Also, watch Legg Mason, see if they go to the highs as well. Let's look at some glamour stocks. Amazon, starting to come out of this pullback here, see if it can get up to this high. Apple coiled, see if it could break out, but I really want to get interested if it starts getting over that 130 number. Google coiled here on the 200-day moving average. Wait for confirmation here to the upside. Maybe it falls out the downside here. Then you'd watch the 50-day moving average as support. But if this holds and we're going to go higher, wait for it to break out here. Netflix, nice little bounce here off the 200-day moving average. It's kind of lame right here, but I don't know, let's see if it could do something from here. It's not looking terrible, but it definitely needs some work to become bullish. Priceline also coming out of its pullback right here. Caterpillar. Not really interested in looking at the long side until it gets over the 50-day moving average at a minimum. It's still in a short-term downtrend. John Deere, can it turn from here and try to get a bounce, get over the short-term moving averages? Perhaps. How about like a Potash? Yeah, I mean, big push to the downside. Looks like it's going to go to these October lows. How about like a Wynn Resorts? Try to bounce, see if the 20 EMA comes into play as potential resistance. Las Vegas Sands over the 50-day moving average, but not much. So if the sellers want to come back in here, they may. It's not totally out of the woods here. Hewlett Packard. Looks like it's a stealth bear flag. It does have the gap down in the impulse, but it's right above support here. But so we'll see. It definitely does not look good. But of course, got to wait for confirmation. Microsoft, if I spell it right. Okay. 50-day moving average, potential resistance there. Let's look at Visa. See if it can go higher out of this. It's kind of limping, but it did hold the 50-day moving average. That's good. And MasterCard came out of its small consolidation here. Bonds, nice push up, nice above the moving averages. Can it get to these highs? We'll see soon. Notes also looks okay. Notes also look okay. That's the right way to say it. Gold on the bounce. Is this a bottom? I think it's too early. I think it's definitely too early to tell here. All right, so let's see what it does from here. Crude oil, I think we're going lower. Dennis Gartman said he has a $15 target on crude oil. I've been calling this sub 30 for a while. Let's see if it can get there. How about wheat? On the bounce, looking good as far as the grains are concerned. Still under the 200-day, so not bullish. Watch the 200-day as potential resistance. Corn has the 50-day coming up as potential resistance. And soybeans look the worst out of the bunch. That's out of the grains, okay? Sugar looks lower, does not look good. Cocoa could be a potential bear flag here. And I'm sorry, coffee looks like a potential bear flag. Here's cocoa, all right? Came just shy of the February lows. Nice day here, but let's see how far it can go. How about the euro versus the dollar? It's coiled up here. The dollar had that Rock'em Sock'em day on Wednesday. Yeah, this is supposedly real trades because when the U.S. equity market closed, the dollar sold off pretty hard even after the U.S. Equity market closed. All right, dollar yen. Okay, right now it's taking a pause, but I still think the dollar yen is going higher. The dollar CAD, also pulling back, see if it can hold the 50-day moving average. And the Aussie versus the U.S. dollar looks like it wants to go lower. Let's recap. I believe we are going higher, but because the Russell and the mid-caps are overbought, they may want to soften here. They may want to get a pullback or a pause. If they do, then we'll probably see some softness in the overall market. I don't think we're going to go into a real deep correction here. I believe that we will at least see this high, but more than likely the 212.97 high before we see any kind of decent pullback. I'm not saying that 212.97 is the high. No, not trying to call a top here. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, the trend is up, and that means we're looking for pullbacks for potential buying opportunities. Have a great week. Contact me with any questions. I'll talk to you in next week's video or through the email. Have a great trading week. Talk to you soon.